Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am going to show you my most popular video on TikTok. First though, I'm going to apologize for the glare from my ring light. I have every light on in my room where I craft. I have the blinds open, but I still need a ring light. There are currently 4 lights on. It is that dark in my room. So I'm apologizing for this little bit of glare. I'm really sorry about that, but I do need to protect my surface, so I am using my glass mat. Okay, so what we're doing today is we are going to use tissue paper to age this book. This is a hardcover book. I'm going to take out the pages, maybe I'll keep the pages in today, and then we can use this for an altered book journal. That's what I think I'll do that. In my original video, I did take the pages out and altered the cover. But like I just figured out, I'm going to keep the pages in. That way I can make this into an altered book. Okay, so the only thing that we need to do, then I'm going to kind of split this in half. There we go. I don't need my blade because we're not cutting out the pages. And I do need the Mod Podge. So you need Mod Podge. You need tissue paper. The color tissue paper doesn't matter because it's going to get painted anyway. So the color tissue paper doesn't really matter. And honestly, that's the only tissue paper I have. Okay, so we're going to get a nice coat of Mod Podge on this book. Okay, so let's start with that. All right. Oh, dropped that in a little too much, didn't I? Okay. Also doesn't matter about, I'm very sorry if you hear everybody talking. I did not want to have to do a voiceover for this. I have to do a voiceover for videos that I filmed the other day, so I didn't want to have to do another voiceover. But I may have to because there's always so much going on in this house. Never have a moment of peace, but that's okay. I wouldn't trade my life for the world, and I'm going to tell you why. I have an amazing child, great little doggies, and a good cat. My boyfriend, he's okay. No, I have the best boyfriend in the world. He loves my son like he's his own. And I get to have the privilege of sitting here and taking care of my dad. Which I know there's a lot of people out there who would love to still be taking care of one of their parents. So I wouldn't trade my life for nothing, but it does get nutso. So freaking insane in this house sometimes. Which makes it very hard to film, which is why I liked filming for TikTok. Because I could just set everything to music. And when I tried doing that on YouTube a year ago, you YouTubers don't really like that. You don't want to be set to music. You want to hear talking and explaining. So, yeah. My videos didn't do well. Oh, I have a fan on and my glue's drying already. Okay. All right, now, what did I do with, here it is. Okay, you just want to make sure that you're really crinkling up this tissue paper. Okay, unfold here. You just want it to be crinkled up as best as can be, and then when you lay it down, crinkle it up when you're laying it down. Okay? You don't want it to be flat and perfect, then you might as well just use the book cover. You want it to be crinkled up, and you want it to look aged and old. I need a little bit more Mod Podge right here and right here. Any other time this Mod Podge would not dry fast at all. It's because there's that fan. I have a overhead light that has a fan, and I don't bother turning the fan off because there's no airflow in the corner where I gotta wipe that up. This is a new desk. I have got to wipe that up. There's no airflow in the corner where I craft. So the fan is very helpful. All right. Now what we're going to do is just let this Mod Podge dry for a little bit. I need to put some there. And if you need to add more Mod Podge, you do it. Not that big of a deal. You want this to stick very well. So anywhere that you need to add some, you add it. Okay. And here we go. Oh, I'm not even on camera. I'm just over here adding some more Mod Podge. And right here. Okay, I think that's good for right now. Now I have to sit and let this dry. And after I let it dry, I will come back and trim it off. So I will be back. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to pause the video so you don't have to literally watch paper dry. Okay, so we are dried. I'm just going to take my blade. See, I did need my blade. I'm going to flip the book over. Okay. And let's start trimming. Now, just going to get as much off of this as I can. It does not matter. Listen, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. If some of this pulls off right here, it's going to be painted. It's not a big deal. Okay. So we're just going to rip. Like I said, not a big deal. That gives everything more character. Okay. Get the other side. Now this side, I have to cut a little bit. It did get glue on the inside. I got glue on my glass mat, and when I wasn't paying attention, I did not know I got glue that bad, the Mod Podge that bad on my glass mat, and it kind of glued down there weird. Okay. Okay. Just gonna pull this off as best as we can. Okay. And up here. And then we will paint. Or maybe wait a little bit longer. There's still some glue. Okay. So now that this is trimmed up, it's a look, isn't it? Look at that. We're actually going to wait a little bit longer because it is still wet in some spots. So I'm going to pause again. Also, I will be putting another coat of Mod Podge on the top to seal it in after I paint. So stuff that's not sticking down that great will be sealed. But here we go. This is where we're at. I'm going to pause and let it dry just a little bit longer, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back. It's decently dry. I have a piece of chipboard I'm going to use as a paint palette. Yep, you heard me. Piece of chipboard. It was in my scrap bin. And I have some plain black chalk paint from the Dollar Tree. Okay, let's get painting. Now, when you're painting, you just want to make sure that you get every nook and cranny. Okay. And I'm also not going to make you watch me paint. That's just mean. Not the whole thing anyway. Just going to make sure you see that you need to get, look, see this stuck up? That's fine. Perfectly fine. Once we Mod Podge, it will be down. Everything gives you character. There are a million ways to age a book. Not a million, but you know what I mean. There are so many different ways to age a book. This is one method. And like I said, this was a very popular, I think I had 110,000 views. This was my most popular video. And people either loved it or hated it. So that's up to you. Okay, I am going to pause and finish painting. I'm not going to make you watch this, and I will be back. So, I'm done painting. It's somewhat dry. Somewhat, you can see it's still wet in some places. But while I'm sitting here, I just want to take a piece of sandpaper and kind of smooth out these edges. I could have done this before I painted, but I didn't want to risk the Mod Podge coming up and the tissue paper pulling off of the book. So that's why I didn't do it before I painted. At least now with the paint, there's like another little layer of protection. Get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Also, I'm planning on, I think, I have some gold lunar paste that I think I want to put around the edges so it looks like once upon a time there was some gold leaf on it. This is not, there we go. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not sure yet. What I'm going to do is get it out and do a little tester, and if it looks good, then we'll continue. If it doesn't look good, then I paint over it with black and we move on, right? That's the best part about crafting, is you can just redo it. Okay. So where is it? Here it is. A stretch for it. So I have, it's called Slippery When Wet lunar paste, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to take it, I think, on this side, because I just want it to look super aged. To me, once again, this, if it's sloppy looking, does not bother me, and I'm going to tell you why. That is the best part of a homemade craft, is seeing what, not sloppy, you know what I mean. I don't mean sloppy. I mean, you can see that it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay with me. I think that I like it. How do you guys think? I kind of like it. It'll be knocked down a bit when I Mod Podge. And then what I want to do here is make sure I rub some on the spine. That way it kind of looks like the writing on the spine has gotten all kinds of messed up. It's aged, man. That's what happens when you buy an old book. It's broken, it's damaged, it's still wet right there, so we're going to move on. Just get some more gold on here. Actually, sorry, slippery when wet. I don't know why it's called slippery when wet, but that's what it's called. And once this is done, I may hit it in the middle in some spots with the gold. I really like how it's looking. The last time I did this, I think I left it plain black. I've also done this with craft wrapping paper and did the same kind of treatment, except for instead of painting it, I inked it with some Walnut Stain Distress ink. So that's what I did with that one. Okay. And a little bit more. And then this is done, and we'll let it dry completely and Mod Podge over top to seal it all in, but let's give it some, just in some spots. Okay, that's too much. Just to give it a little something extra. What do you think? I don't know. I like it. All right, I'm going to pause, let this dry, and I will be back again. Hey, we are back, and it's mostly dry. There were some spots I had to touch up. I did put some Mod Podge on it, so it's nice and sealed. And this is what it looks like. Like I said, I think what I'm going to do is alter this book and use it as a journal, and I will clean up. As you can see, there's still, you can still see some pink. Everything will get, sorry about that, everything will get cleaned up once everything is completely dry. But this is it. What do you guys think? It's so easy, and I just think it looks so good when it all is said and done, and I really like the addition of the lunar paste. I do see some pink in here, but guess what? I have this handy dandy paint marker because I didn't close the book while I was painting. You can see some pink here, but look, guess what? All gone. And if you have, right here's one little spot, if you happen to have like the color that you want, I painted this black. It would have been great if I would have had black tissue paper, but I had pink. So if you have the color that you want to make your book, that would make life a little bit easier. But I didn't have that, so I used what I had, and that's all you have to do. So let me know down below, what do you think of this project? Are you going to try it? And please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. You guys have a great, amazing day, and please go out and try and alter your own book cover.